What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Q&A video here on my YouTube channel. I'm, of course, Olympic gold medalist swimmer Cody Miller, and every week I try to do a couple Q&A videos for you guys, the viewers, where all I do is take questions from you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. And the first thing we need to do is fix this awful frame. How's that? Is that better? That good? We good? All right, let's do this. And our first question today comes from Sarah_Fabian, who says, "Hi Cody, hope you see this in the sea of questions." Yeah, I get a lot of questions. Keep sending in questions. Like, I get a lot of them. Try different questions if you don't get your question answered, but understand I get hundreds of questions, so I'm trying to get to as many people as I can. Did you ever wish to compete for another team? If so, why? Okay, that's a long... Growing up, I swam for the Sandpipers of Nevada because I grew up in Las Vegas, and I loved swimming for that team. Then I swam for my college team, Indiana, and I love swimming for them. And now I represent my club team again, Sandpipers of Nevada, as like a sponsorship deal. And I obviously represent the United States national team. There was a time before I was like on the national team where I was considering maybe swimming for Canada. I'm actually 50% Canadian. I'm half Canadian. My dad's family all lives in Canada. I've got a lot of family there. And, you know, obviously making the Olympics for the United States national team is the hardest team in the world to make. And before I really had my big explosion onto the international scene, that's something that was talked about. But to answer your question, no, I never really considered swimming for anyone else. I've been very happy and very proud to represent all the teams that I've been representing over the years. Nathan_Lee asks, how often do you do breaststroke pull? Please break it down. All right, I do breaststroke pull. I do a breaststroke pull set every time I have a breaststroke practice. That means Monday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, typically Wednesday. I usually do, and it's anywhere from like a 600 to a 1500 of breaststroke pull. I'm gonna do a more detailed video about that soon, I promise. Logan_Broccoli asks, have you ever thought about getting a quaffle tattoo going through your Olympic rings? That's a pretty great question. I've actually talked to Lily about that before. Not that exact tattoo, but first of all, for those of you who don't know, the quaffle is something that is used in the wizarding game of Quidditch, and obviously I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. The room I'm doing this video in is Harry Potter themed. You got Harry Potter on the wall over there. There's a Harry Potter movie poster, platform 9 3/4. There's wands on the wall. So needless to say, I love Harry Potter. I'm a super nerd. No shame about that. And I have considered getting a Harry Potter tattoo. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another tattoo again. I honestly don't know. This is the only one that I ever really wanted. But it's been discussed. Actually Just a Mushroom asks, but that might be one of my favorite usernames I've ever seen. Actually Just a Mushroom asks, do you have any advice for bonding on a new swim team? So believe it or not, I'm much more of an introverted person than an extrovert. It's easier for me to talk to this camera than to meet new people, generally speaking. I am not the most social, outgoing person. I know that that's weird coming from a person who's like makes vlogs and does YouTube videos and whatnot, but it's true. Ask my wife, it's true. But to answer your question, it's hard. It's hard to meet people. It's hard being the fish out of water, you know, that new person in that new group. Here's my piece of advice though. One thing everyone has in common is movies and TV shows. Everyone has movies in common. People watch movies. So that is always my go-to line when I'm like in a car with people, or I'm in a place where I like am trying to make casual conversation. I always ask, so have you seen any good movies lately? And then usually that kind of starts the conversation. So try to find common ground, but I'm telling you, that's my go-to. And obviously, like, I'm a huge movie nerd, so that's a little bit more catered to me, but that's generally what I do. If I'm in an uncomfortable situation, or if, you know, something needs to be said, or if I need to break the ice or whatever, that is my go-to. So that's my piece of advice. Maxim_Kowalski asks, Dear Cody, do you think you would ever write an autobiography about your life like Phelps did? Probably not. First of all, my life isn't nearly as interesting as Phelps's. I've certainly had a lot of ups and downs. You know, things weren't always given to me or handed to me. Like, I had a lot of rough times, I would say. And I've come a long way, but like, I don't think so. Like, writing isn't, I like videoing. I'm very much an amateur at this vlog stuff, right? Like, half the time I'm just experimenting and trying. I like the video medium. Writing isn't my thing. I mean, I know Michael had like a professional sports writer help him with that kind of thing, but as of right now, no. No. Jackson Hughes asks, how many miles do you swim per week? Okay, so I swim anywhere. It ranges during the, throughout the season, anywhere from 50,000 to 60,000 yards a week. I mean, it's actually yards and meters, but rough. I would say on average like 55K a week in anywhere from 9 to 10 workouts a practice. So I have not converted that to exact miles, but you can figure that out. Next question comes from Ashley Donaldson, who asks, was it hard to overcome your lung disease? Ooh, great question. Haven't talked about this at all. This will be the last question. So those of you who have been following me for a while know that I have this chest deformity called pectus excavatum, right? So it basically looks like I have a hole in my chest. Yeah, that looks kind of weird, right? And it's synonymous with scoliosis, with back problems, with diminished lung capacity, with asthma, all kinds of stuff, whether it's exercise induced or not. Overcoming it was really challenging. But it was more so the mental aspect of it than the physical aspect. Like, yes, I have diminished lung capacity. That is scientifically proven. I do not have as much oxygen to use as my competitors. So, overcoming that was tough. I am diagnosed with asthma. It's very mild. It's nothing severe, but I do have it. And I didn't learn about that until later on in my life. And part of that is due to the deformity. But the biggest thing that I had to deal with was my body image, was not liking the way that I looked, like being self-conscious about the way that I looked, not wanting to take my shirt off in gym class, not feeling comfortable walking around in public without a shirt on. And swimming kind of forced me to overcome that fear. But I am not Nathan Adrian, right? Like, I'm not this perfectly sculpted Olympic swimmer. I'm not that guy. And, when I was younger, it really bothered me knowing that I was never going to be that guy. Like, I was insecure, and I didn't like knowing that. But in time, I've accepted it. So now it's okay. I don't care. I'm very happy with the way that I look now. But it was hard. I understand the feeling of not being comfortable in your own body. Yeah, I could talk a lot about this, but I'll end it with this. Now that I've got to travel all over the world and meet a lot of really cool, celebrities or whatever, I've learned one thing, and that thing is this. Every single person, regardless of who they are, whether they're the people you see on TV, the people you see in magazines, models, you name it, everyone has something about themselves that they are insecure about. Everyone has something about themselves that they don't like. And most of the time you can't change those things. And, for me, it was my chest for a long time, but I've just kind of accepted it. But even the most beautiful people in the world, people that you look at and think, man, that person is perfect, I promise you they have something about themselves that they, at one point in time, really did not like and didn't feel good about. And when I finally understood that and thought more about that, it made me feel a little bit better. So, if there's something about yourself that you don't like, if you can change it, right? Like, if you can change your image, change it. But most of the time, something like this, I can't really change that now, and that's okay. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. There's nothing wrong with you. Everyone is built and designed differently, and that's okay. So, yeah, I'm totally gonna do a super cool vlog about my chest. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna come, it's gonna happen. Just, I've got a lot of things going on, but it's gonna happen. So watch out for that. And that's gonna be a wrap on this Q&A session, guys. Appreciate you sending in the questions. If I didn't get to your question, keep sending them in. Try asking different questions, try asking new questions. I get hundreds of questions every week. I'm trying to get through more of these. I'm trying to do more of these Q&A videos. Also, in the comment section below, let me know what you think about these Q&A videos. How can I make them better? What should I do? Should I make them shorter? Should I make them longer? Should I take more questions? Should I spend more time talking about questions? What are your thoughts? I want to know. I'm filming this on my iPhone right now. I just got a new camera. People ask me about my camera equipment all the time. Boom. This is a Canon T6i. I got it super cheap. I vlog with my GoPro a lot, and then also my Canon G7X. And I'm loading in all my footage right now to Final Cut. So people who keep asking me those questions, there you go. That's kind of how I do it. I'm very much an amateur, just trying stuff all the time. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys are following me on social media. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.